Hey everyone, welcome back to AFC Game by Game. Now today I want to talk about a player that has been somewhat of an outcast from Arsenal over, well, what's kind of felt like the whole season. It's Lucas Perez, and obviously I'm coming rather late to the party with this one. Perez has been spoken about quite a lot this past week about how he wants to leave the club. His recent comments that we've seen as well that he made to a journalist saying that he feels mistreated by Arsenal, which I completely agree with. He doesn't feel like he's a valued member of the team and he wants to move to a different club so that he earns playing time, which he thoroughly deserves, and he hasn't got that at Arsenal, and sadly I do believe this is the end of his Arsenal career. It almost seemed as if his career was over before it had begun at Arsenal, and that's a real shock because every time Lucas Perez has played for us he's been absolutely tremendous. Okay, maybe that's a bit of an exaggeration, but almost every time he's played, whether it be against Ludogorets, Basel, Bournemouth, he's always produced. He's got goals, he's got assists, and he's a different option to what we've already got. Do I see him working in the three at the back formation? I'm not too sure, because he can't really play on the wing-back role. Will he play in that two behind the striker? I don't think so. And has he got the capabilities to play up front on his own? I'm not too sure. I remember his first game for Arsenal at home to Southampton, where he didn't particularly impress. And I remember he started that game up front on his own, got a lot of criticism for that game. So for me, he hasn't really got the capabilities to play up front in that lone striking role. But he's a very tenacious player, someone that can play on the right and the left, has got a lot of flair, a lot of pace about him, a very, very good pass in him, a very good cross into the box, and an excellent finish, as we've seen many a time when he's played in an Arsenal shirt. That goal against Bournemouth particularly springs to mind, as well as the hat-trick he got against Basel. A very reliable player, and at 29 years of age, very experienced and can bring a lot to this team. But does Arsene Wenger bring in 28, 29-year-old players for the long term? I don't think he does, and I think that's what he saw Lucas Perez as, a stopgap player to keep people happy. It was an insurance option if Danny Welbeck wasn't to come back into the team, but something that Perez has got that the likes of Welbeck, Theo Walcott, Oxlade-Chamberlain haven't, these other wingers that we've got in the team, is Lucas Perez is a very clinical and deadly finisher, and we've lacked that, and I think we're going to miss that next season. I think we're going to miss, as much as he hasn't played this season, I do think in a way we will miss Lucas Perez, because he was so lethal in front of goal when he got into the right opportunity. He had an excellent finish on him, and I think we're going to miss that. But his mistreatment from a club like Arsenal, for us to freeze out a player like that is just, it's not unheard of. I was going to say unheard of, but it's not. We've done it before with the likes of Andre Arshavin, Park Chu-young. I mean, the list goes on of players that Arsene Wenger has brought in and seemingly just not taken to. Why would you bring in a player if you're not going to play him? And that's what bewilders me in this instance. Will Arsene Wenger see the transfer of Lucas Perez as a flop? I'm not too sure. Whenever he's played, he's scored goals, he's got assists, as I said. And in my view, he was an insurance option if Welbeck did continue with the injury that he's had over these past couple of years. Thankfully, Welbeck's back in the team and he has proved to be a great option. But Lucas Perez is again a player that I think provides an alternative to what we've already got. Very different to Welbeck, very different to Olivier Giroud, very different in many ways to Alexis Sanchez as well with what he can offer. His link-up play is something that I think is undervalued, and a player that I think we'll miss. As I say, his mistreatment is shocking, and I wish him all the best at whatever club he goes to. He's reportedly been offered a 10-year deal with Deportivo, and that includes a coaching role as well beyond his playing time at the club. So I wish him all the best, and I do hope that he settles at a club where he will get regular playing time. For me, it's just appalling that we've treated a player like this, who was evidently so hard-working, so committed to the team, and wanted to provide in any way that he could, and he did that, as I say, through getting goals, assists and contributing all round to the team. A player that I'm disappointed we're letting go when he seemed to offer so much, but the way we've dealt with it in the past couple of months, by giving Lacazette his shirt number, by him seemingly not knowing about that happening as well. And again, it's just a sad reality that he was given Joel Campbell's number 28, another player that has kind of been phased out of the team, another player that has produced when he's played for the club. I remember him getting goals against Swansea, a player that did quite well in his short stint in the first team. And it's, again, the mind of Arsene Wenger boggles. But Lucas Perez, again, a player that we phased out who has done well, a stopgap option in my opinion, and I wish him all the best for whatever team he goes to. Those are just my brief thoughts on the situation surrounding this guy. I do feel sorry for him, and as I say, I wish him all the best for his future endeavours. Anyway guys, let me know your thoughts on Lucas Perez in the comments box below. Please do drop a like on the video if you've enjoyed it. Subscribe to AFC Game by Game, and as always, I'll be speaking to you very, very soon.